chances are that you already have an unblocked third eye chakra and even probably an open crown chakra. And this is all the more true if you have been feeling as if you have some traits of empathy, or if you fully feel as if you are an empath, then that's all the more truth. Then you probably have an unblocked third eye chakra and a crown chakra, but rather what you need to focus on is your three bottom chakras, the root, the sacral, the solar plexus. And the reason is the majority of people see that people are separated into two categories from my perspective when it comes to the topic of chakras. Because if you were raised through an unpredictable environment and you had to tune into other people to know what to expect, to know when it's okay to say something, to know when it's not okay to say something, and this is going to show as you grow old, as you become a people pleaser. If you have this ability now and you know what to give someone because that's going to make them feel good, and know if you had to be very in tune with what other people are feeling and thinking at a younger age, because you had to do it out of survival in order for you to know when to do something, when not to do it, what to do in order to make this environment less intense. For example, if you've grown in a house where your parents were constantly fighting, or if you had an unpredictable situations in your school or in the society, or for example your dad would just, or your mom, someone from your parents would just completely pull out and not be available for communication for some time, and you had to understand when it's okay to communicate, when it's okay to do this or that, then you've probably just focused your attention and sow your energy in your third eye chakra and your crown chakra, even sometimes, in order for you to be aware of these things, because that's how you become intuitive, that's how you tap and tune into other people and forget about yourself. And the other category of people is those who've grown up completely in a predictable environment, in a loving environment, and they did not have to care. Now as they grow up, you would know them that they're completely unbothered. They don't care. They don't try to think what other people are thinking. They are non-predictable. They don't know how you feel. They don't know what you are thinking. They have absolutely no idea what's going on with other people, and they cannot understand really clearly what others are going through, or what's this going to cause and what's that going to cause. Sometimes you might even call them naive at this age. And those were the people who just grown up in a very stable, predictable, and they were loved enough and they were given everything, because they are waiting for you to express whatever is going on. They don't catch on to the environment, they don't catch on to your thoughts, they don't catch on to your feelings, because they think if you had something, if you were feeling something, if you were thinking something, you are going to express it, you're going to utter it out loud. And they are very grounded. They focus all of their energies, in the bottom three chakras. Conversely, if you had focused all of your energy in your upper chakras, then you're at this age you're going to feel shaky, in a sense that whenever something happens, you're easily stressed, you're easily triggered, you easily fear, you're easily destabilized, and you're not very aware of what you should do. You don't know what to do, because the solar plexus chakra, right? It's where your power is, and it's where your life purpose comes from. It's where you feel all of those things. It is what gives you this sort of intuition, although the third eye chakra is also related to that, very closely. But also here's where your power, where is your calling coming from, where you feel things in your stomach. Sometimes your intuition is felt through your stomach, whether to go into something, whether not to go into something, whether this is real, whether if that person is saying is not real, then you might feel something in your stomach, and that's where is this coming from. And so you will not be able to feel to know, understand. You might feel lost, you might feel stuck in your life because you're unaware. What's my purpose? What am I supposed to do? What am I not supposed to do? And you're going to be basically torn between several things. And that's, you know, how you know what's that your solar plexus is blocked. You know, and whenever the problem is that when they are blocked, they're not just affecting those blocked chakras, but they are affecting the entire circulatory of energy in your body, and that blocks other chakras, and that manifests, and that shows in your manifestations, especially when it comes to that blocked chakra, whatever it has to do with. You'd see, if it's blocked, you would see the opposite continuously and constantly manifesting in your life. So if your solar plexus is blocked, then you will always see yourself manifesting experiences where you prove to yourself that you are weak, where your self-perspective is that I am weak, because your solar plexus is obstructed. And the thing is, you know, even with studies that Dr. Joe Dispenza has been doing, you know, they have all of these sophisticated measurements of how to measure the chakras and their intensity and their balance, how balanced they are, through, you know, quantum physics and neuroscience. And all of these measurements and calculations showed that the majority of people have the bottom 3 chakras obstructed. So most of the people, when it comes to blocked chakras, they have one of the bottom 3, or all of 3, or just 2, you know. And that means you're going to be very shaky, living very shaky. That means you're not going to know what to do. It means that you're going to, like I was saying earlier, you're going to fear, you're going to stress, you're not going to really connect with that energy of yours, with the kundalini, or the you know, the masculine and the feminine energy. You're not really going to be in tune with who you truly are, as long as you're with who you are actually as the manifestation in this life. Not to truly, your true alignment with your true self really comes from the third eye and the crown chakra. This is where you get your intelligence, your enlightenment, because, you know, all of these things are inspired to you, all of these things are intuitive to you. Mostly, you know, we are getting all of our real value and knowledge from source, and we are able to understand things through our source, through source energy flowing through us. And so by blocking these 3 chakras, if you have one chakra blocked, it means that you are obstructing the circulation of the energy in general in your body, and that's going to show, you know, in feeling, in not being able to create freely, and not being able to live your life freely, to be, you know, the most authentic version of yourself, to be yourself unapologetically. You're going to keep facing constrictions and obstructions and limitations on your journey. And so in order to rebalance, and conversely, you know, the other category of people where they have those 3 chakras very stable, you see them very aware of what they want to do in life. They're always in their power and their energy and their masculine and their feminine, and they're very, you know, productive. You know, they're always productive, versus when you're always just, you know, in your head. You know how to think about everything, you can see everything, visualize everything, be everything, and, you know, just all in your head. And you're more of consuming, you're consuming all of this knowledge and all of these things, but you're unable to produce using these knowledge. So at some point you need to stop consuming and start producing. And that's why you have to unblock these 3 chakras. That's why you have to take back your power, and you have to tune into yourself rather into the external. Because now chances are that you're still living through, you know, people pleasing, and, you know, understanding and trying to understand and judge, know what others are thinking, feel what others are thinking. And you're very, you know, people would normally tell you that you're very observant, you're very understanding, you're maybe even very compassionate, you're very knowing, because you know what everyone is expecting, what everyone is going through, and you know exactly how to deal with them. And they simultaneously feel it, or it just comes naturally to you. You know, it's not like it has to be, you know, something that you are trying to, or you're seeing how they act, and you know, maybe you are actively trying to please others, and maybe it's just part of you. You are actively catching on to whatever others are feeling, thinking, or doing, because you have trained, you have focused all of your energy in this part of your body. Problem is, you know, when the energy is not circulating, that's going to manifest into blockages and limitations constantly throughout your life. So how to unlock those 3 bottom chakras? you know, which are the most chakras that are blocked in the majority of people, is through grounding activities. You know, so in short, you're just not grounded. You're not in tune with earth. You have learned to just live out there, to try and catch on that, to that whatever energy is in the collective, that you forget to live and honor this earth, that you forget to connect with this earth and with yourself in turn, you know, with your ego, with the part of you who's here as this 3D manifestation of the spirit. And so to do this, you know, things like you should practice things like, you know, you should exercise, you working out. These things are grounding you and bringing you back to your power. Furthermore, more importantly, you can just, you know, connect, sit in nature, go out in nature often and a lot, be in nature, walk barefoot in nature, you know, touch the trees, touch the ground, feel it. Don't be averted, you know, don't stay in. And, you know, even socially, you are blocked socially because your sacral chakra is blocked. So, you know, go out and socialize with people and do whatever you fear. Go against what you fear confronting, you know. If you fear being rejected, then go out there and speak, socialize with random strangers, you know, speak with people from the opposite gender and sex, and just, you know, connect and go in there and face your fears, basically, because your fears are exactly what keeps remanifesting, because your fears is one of the most intense emotions that we carry, and it becomes our center of attraction. It becomes our point of focus. And whenever you try to attract something, you attract experiences that reaffirm your fears, because it's a very powerful emotion going within you. So you attract using that, you manifest whatever you are, right? So the external is the reflection of your internal. So if you keep affirming, and if your chakras are blocked, then there's no energy flowing through them, and there's no replenishing of energy, there's no shedding of, you know, refreshing of energy, resetting of energy, there's no new energy coming in there and going out all the time. So it's basically acting blocked through the traumas. And whenever you do so this fear is going to show. So if you keep resonating and aligning with this, I fear rejection, then you keep going to attract experiences that prove to you that you fear rejection, that you should fear rejection. And similarly, if you fear confrontation, you know, go out there and confront people, express yourself, confront whoever is causing you, you know, express yourself, you know, regardless to whomever that might be, whether it's your family, a family member, whether it's a friend, whether it's, you know, a colleague, your boss. Be expressive. And this is not, you know, in a bad way, not in an aggressive manner. Absolutely not. You know, this is not a thing we would ever, you know, it would ever be good to do. But, you know, you probably know what I'm talking about, you know what I mean. And so just confront whatever you fear confronting. Go out to get out of that your comfort zone. Face the discomfort in your life. Go into the unknown, go into uncomfort. If it's, you know, solo traveling, if it's, you know, going into that far trip, if it's changing locations, if it's changing your city, if it's changing your job, do these things. Those are going to drive the energy back into your bottom chakras, you know, the root, sacral, solar plexus, which are what connects you to this earth, which are what connects you to your 3D self, to your body, to your mind, to your strength here on earth. And, you know, and even more, some of the amazing ways you can heal, you can unblock those chakras are by these are practices by Dr. Joe Dispenza, specific meditations in which you know, visualize as you breathe in, you visualize as you suck in your stomach and breathe in, you know, so you breathe in to the inwards, not externally. You don't inflate your stomach, you suck in your stomach inwardly, and you breathe in and you visualize your energies traveling through the body up to your mind, to your third eye, and from there, you know, you exhale. And what you are basically doing through this is that you are bringing out all of the trauma. You're surfacing, you're forcing everything that your mind fed to your bottom chakras. You're forcing these things. You're telling them to come back, to surface back up, to resurface to what they came from, to where they came from, and then you exhale them you release them into the universe, and in turn you replace them. When you breathe into them again, it's replaced. It's like you're replenishing the energy. You're changing this energy. You're changing. You're making the energy move through these chakras. You're changing the emotions from them. Whether it's if you're feeling fear, if you're feeling, your desires are blocked, your power is blocked, your purpose, your passion is blocked, then now you're changing those emotions. You're making all of these emotions resurface, and so you're doing a circulation of energy, and in turn it's going to unlock all of the circulation of energy in your body, in all of the other chakras, and then you're going to be able to express who you truly are more. You're going to be able to love more. You're going to be able to believe in yourself more, to see things for what they truly are more, to live your purpose easily, to manifest whatever you desire more and more easily. And so get back to your power, tune into yourself. And so it's good from time to time, to connect with who you are on this earth, and stop focusing on what's beyond, on our higher self. And maybe you are already too focused on this, and you have all of your energy circulating here, and you've blocked all of the other chakras, and that's why you're not able to create the life you want in this earth, because those chakras are what connect you with this earth, are what cause the exchange of energy between who you are on this earth and what you want on this earth. Conversely, if you are the other category, you can, you might be easier. You might want to unlock the top chakra, the higher chakras, the third eye, the heart chakra, maybe the crown chakra, and that's done through meditation, through really just quieting what the ego is and who the ego is, disconnecting from the external reality. Maybe you are socializing way too often. You are going out. You're very outgoing. You're extroverted, and you're very social. You're very focused on maybe 3D material things, like your job, the money, the making money, and whatever material pleasures and material desires. Maybe take back a bit from, stop, balance your desires and balance your pleasure indulgence. It's the whole thing is all about balance. It's all about being balanced within all of the chakras, not focusing too much of your energy in one and leaving the other out. It has to be a balance in order for the circulation to happen perfectly. And by the way, chakras are not just something spiritual, or it's not just a theory or science fiction, because each of those chakras have a gland associated with them. It has a physiological gland in our body associated with them, which is, glands are, they are centers of energy. They are centers of hormones, of chemicals being released. They control us. They control our ego aspect, our 3D aspect, our bodies. So for example, the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, the pineal, down is the prostate and pancreas. I'm not very certain of what they are, but you can look it up. There are glands associated with each chakra, and that's why it's important to make it a balance. So if you are the other category, it's better that you just pull out of what you are focused on so externally, so materialistically, and go back to within yourself. Be with yourself, tune into what's beyond, meditate, go against what, so basically you are going against what you normally feel like doing. If it's this, then do this. If it's this, then do that. And that's all I'd like to say for today. Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to like, subscribe if you enjoyed, and share it with whomever might need to hear it.